privilege to actually speak to the former DRDO Chief, Mr. V.K. Saraswat, a man many would say is also responsible for developing the anti-satellite missiles as far as India is concerned. Mr. Saraswat, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Let me begin by asking you, today, yes, the government deserves the credit, but I would also like to bring to the light as far as your role is concerned. You have time and again said that we are, as a country, we are absolutely prepared as far as these capabilities are concerned. You've demonstrated that in past. How do you look at the development that took place today?
If you recall 2013 to the then Times Now channel, I had given an interview. And I had said after the launch of Agni 5 that India, with the successful launch of Agni 5 and multiple demonstrations of the ballistic missile defense capability in the exo-atmosphere, has the necessary building blocks for demonstrating a anti-satellite capability. I had made this statement based upon the simulations which we had carried out with respect to the various parameters which are essential for making such a mission successful. A simulation is a very mathematical process which was done. It was not based upon just a perception. It was a study which was carried out at that time. Unfortunately, we did not get the necessary clearances for going ahead with that kind of a project during that period. Of course, I retired in 2013. And I want to give the credit to DRDO in a big way to the scientists who have pursued that after the present Prime Minister Modi ji and the National Security Advisor Mr. Doval gave the necessary clearance for taking up such an exercise. During this period of 2-3 years, there were certain gaps in technology that existed at that time, particularly an infrared seeker, a very agile divert thruster called the kill vehicle as we call it, and also certain software changes which are required in the automatic launch control system. All these things had to be done at that time, and DRDO has successfully done all of them, integrated them with the infrastructure which was created during the BMD program, like the long range tracking radars, the mission control center, the communication links between various centers geographically distributed across the various cities in the country, and very precise software for automatic launch. For understanding of the layman in the country, I would tell you that the satellite, when it orbits in the LEO or the low Earth orbit, it is orbiting at very high speed to the tune of 7,000 to 8,000 meters per second. And if you want to demonstrate, you have to demonstrate only when it is over your country. It should not be over anybody else's country. So you have a very short window. So we have to plan each and every activity based upon the speed of the missile, the direction in which it is going, and the capability of our interceptors. It cannot be done through a manual process, because even 1 millisecond error can give you a misdistance of 8 to 10 meters. That is the kind of thing. 7,000 meters per second he is moving, and my missile is moving at about 3,000 meters per second. You can imagine 10,000 meters per second is the closing speed. If I miss by 1 millisecond, I'm out by 10 meters. So in a situation like that, this software, this complete thing has been developed by DRDO in the last 2 years, and the seeker has been put there, the kill vehicle has been put. The propulsion capabilities which were available from the Agni program, from the underwater program, have been harnessed. So a new missile has been created by DRDO now, which is a combination of variety of technologies from other missiles, and an ASAT has been created, which has successfully been test fired today, and we are able to demonstrate that in 3 minutes we can reach that particular location and destroy the target.
Mr. Saraswat, I would like to take the opportunity to remind our viewers with regards to a statement that you had made during a press conference in 2012 itself. This was soon after the launch of Agni 5, where you categorically said that as a country we are absolutely capable. It was all that was required was the kill vehicle that had to be attached. Yes. Now, Do you think there's some amount of a disappointment given the fact that this could have been done way back in 2012? China did this in 2007, and you categorically said that we are not way behind. We are absolutely right in place right now. It only depends whether the government of the day would have given the permission. Is there a sense of some amount of disappointment that this could have been done way back in 2012
I
itself?
fully agree. Not in 2012, but at least in 2013 and or maybe early 2014, it would have been easily possible. Because as I mentioned to you, in 2012, we had done the simulations and we had to build this key vehicle. So certain development period was needed. So within about 2 years, we were ready to demonstrate.
So does this delay affect us in terms of our space programs? We have undertaken several space programs. Does it have any problem?
It is not an impact. See, deterrence is something which you should acquire as early as possible, because deterrence gives the what is called strength to the nation. Like we developed our own nuclear warheads in 1998. It gave us the deterrence capability. And after that, we had many nations who removed MTCR from us, many nations who agreed to tie up nuclear policies with us. So it acts as an economic advantage. It acts as a strategic advantage in all our diplomatic relations, because as Dr. Kalam used to say, strength respects strength. So same is the case in the case of ASAT. If we had done early, probably we will have reaped more benefits diplomatically and in terms of the international relations.
I do understand. As the former DRDO chief, I'm assuming you must have also spoken to the government of the day at that point in time, emphasizing perhaps the need to bring in this sort of capability. Was there some sort of a pushback that you were not allowed at that point in time to not carry ahead? What was the reason why the government at that point in time said that there is no reason to go ahead?
I won't be able to comment on what were the reasons, but I only can say that repeated reminders that such capability exists did not find great response from the government of the day at that time.
Can I also ask you about the international ramification? We have seen the Congress party immediately responding right now, saying that there is a change as far as the militarization policy of this particular government is concerned. Does this anyway affect the policy that we have, and what does it actually show as far as our capabilities to the world outside?
See, as far as our policy regarding space is concerned, it is not today. It has been for years when the space program was started, that we have said that space is only for peaceful purpose. It is like our nuclear policy. We have said nuclear policy, nuclear energy is for the peaceful purpose. But when the world is using similar technologies for destructive purpose and creating them as deterrents, we cannot stay behind. Because we don't know which lunatic nation will tomorrow destroy any of my space objects which are today doing peaceful service as well as military service.